Power doesn't always reveal who people are. Sometimes, it creates who they become. The kind manager who turns cold after promotion. The friend who stops listening once they gain influence. The leader who starts believing rules are for everyone else. This isn't about morality, it's about psychology. Because power doesn't just change behavior, it changes how the brain works. When people gain power, dopamine levels increase. Dopamine is the chemical linked to pleasure, motivation, and risk-taking. More dopamine means more confidence, less fear, and stronger impulses. That's why people with power speak more, interrupt more, and take bigger risks. They don't feel reckless, they feel entitled. Power removes friction, and friction is what keeps most people considerate. As power increases, empathy decreases. Not because people choose to care less, but because the brain adapts. Studies show that powerful people are worse at reading facial expressions and sensing discomfort. When you don't depend on others, you stop paying close attention to them. The brain prioritizes relevance. If someone can't affect your outcome, they quietly fade into the background. This is why powerful people often say, "I don't see what the problem is." They genuinely don't. Power doesn't erase morals, it reshapes them. People with power rarely see themselves as wrong. They see their actions as necessary, strategic, or deserved. This is called moral licensing. The belief that importance or success makes certain rules optional. Lies become strategy, manipulation becomes leadership, control becomes vision. Power changes the story people tell themselves. And the story is everything. As power grows, feedback becomes distorted. People stop being honest. They start being careful. Criticism sounds like disloyalty. Silence feels like agreement. Praise becomes currency. Over time, powerful people are surrounded by access seekers, not truth tellers. Without correction, small flaws turn into dangerous habits. Power doesn't corrupt in isolation. It isolates. Eventually, power changes identity. The shift is subtle, from "I am one of many" to "I am different." Once someone sees themselves as different, they stop living within the system and start living above it. Rules feel flexible, transparency feels risky, control feels necessary. At that point, power isn't something you have. It's something you protect. Power is hard to give up because it solves fear. It removes uncertainty, dependence, and vulnerability. Giving up power means returning to unpredictability. And the brain hates unpredictability. That's why people cling to power long after it stops serving them. Power promises safety, but it charges a price. Perspective. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Power doesn't change everyone the same way. It amplifies what's already there, but it weakens the forces that keep people grounded. The most dangerous power isn't loud or violent. It's calm, rational, certain that it knows best. That's why understanding power matters more than seeking it. Because once power stops questioning itself, it stops being leadership and becomes control.